Javelins, freelancers, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another AnthemCast. I am one of your hosts, Gaz. Of course, together with my good friend across the other side of the world, a man who has been pumping the strongholds and playing some serious Anthem in the last days. Something I'm a little bit envious of, my friend. Of course, it is the one and only Mr. Binary Numb.
What's up?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Fuck, I'll tell you what, it's been a busy couple of days. Not to mention late ones, game problems, PC problems, Discord problems, playing and flying around in javelins. Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good weekend. Kids staying over for sleepovers. Oh man, it's literally been endless. Everything.
Invading your precious demo time.
Precious demo time.
At least the time is open. I've played a few. I remember one we did for Battalion 1944, where it was literally just small windows, you know, like those 3 or 4 hour windows. And of course, being on the other side of the world here in Australia, we usually get screwed with those timings. So it was an absolute pleasure to find that, of course, we could actually have some access and not be I guess just having limited windows, but having it across the period. Do you think they're going to extend it, though? Do you think there'll be an extension? I'm thinking not, but people are talking about with some technical issues that maybe there's been considerations of it.
I would be surprised, right? I think I'd be very surprised if they didn't extend it, because it was just such an unknown problem for them, right? That yeah, I really hope that they do extend it, especially for the people that just couldn't get in for that first 24 hours. Like, I don't think even Xbox could get on till like Saturday evening. Like, that's like a whole 24 hours later, right? Which is just mental. Yeah, so, and they're still working out problems now, right? You know, there's still some guys that there's this javelin bug where you can't unlock your second javelin if you've bought it on multiple platforms and stuff like that. So
absolutely,
I think all I could just imagine what it was like in the BioWare EA offices, right? I could just only imagine what was going on. And the hair pulling. There was a brilliant tweet from Mark Dorar. Do you see it? Did you watch Mark Dorar over the weekend? He was just hilarious, his tweets. He had one tweet within an hour of after go live of a GIF just banging his head on the table. Oh my god, it's so funny.
It was, and I think my favourite tweet so far has been probably from John Warner. Of course, someone said something like, "Don't you guys care? Don't you guys listen?" And I think he said something like, "We're working our asses off. Thank you for your patience." And you could just he wanted to say so much more, and he meant so much more behind that, but it was eloquently delivered, and you could feel the frustration, but also it was very customer service centric as well.
Oh yes, yeah, brilliant.
So we did that well, but it's been some interesting, you know, obviously time. We've had a few tweets. There's been one that Mark mentioned, I think. It's now got 1,000 and something likes, by the way, and it was a request for fishing. Over 1,500 people have liked a tweet with a request for fishing in Anthem, which is something I did not expect. Of course, AJ, the community manager, replied promptly with "what?" And I think that "what" tweet is probably going to get the most likes of any tweet of all time. But
I know, fishing. Oh, yeah, I tweeted that. I retweeted that. That was hilarious. Oh my god, that was so funny.
I mean,
that was. Do you know what? That's what's funny.
Fishing in Frostbite would be sexy.
That was.
I mean, if you can make fishing sexy, it's Frostbite.
Yeah. It's like Bass Hunter 2019. But the funny thing is, right? I remember when Ghost Recon Wildlands came out, and that was also the most requested feature for Ghost Recon Wildlands as well.
It's just become a meme, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've now got a farming simulator esports league, so
that's true. That's true. But yeah, so look, I figured we want to have a talk about some of the experiences that we've had, listen to some of the comments from the chat, of course, as well, and maybe get some gameplay up and pumping. But I guess what we didn't want to sort of sit here and just see stream. What we really want to do is, again, just have a conversation like we normally do. Talk about, there's a few FYIs that I think are probably good and handy for those people out there if you don't know already. And of course, we'll talk about some of those technical challenges that will indeed hamper the game, and I think are going to have some impact on the impressions of this game. I've got a few good close friends that are currently just connecting right now as we speak and trying to play, and still two on PS4, one's on PC. All three of them are having issues, and I'm a little bit, it's frustrating for the game because, as you know, Binary, we've played so many hours of this thing ourselves. We've seen this thing working not just locally, but with international connections, playing across servers, and we've seen it, and we've experienced it, and we know it works. But some of these things are particularly just connection issues, seem to be some of the biggest things that are hampering it. These aren't gameplay or server capacity or server numbers. These are just cornerstone connection issues to the console platforms, particularly that they're seeing, and that must be so frustrating for BioWare, though.
Oh, I can only imagine how frustrating it is. We did this tweet earlier, right? And it's guys, you probably can't see it, but you'll see it in stream. So, in your opinion, did you enjoy the demo so far, and what's your best moments? And did you not enjoy the demo so far, and what's your worst moments? So far, actually, we've had 526 votes, and that tweet's only an hour old. So 52% have loved it, 28% have enjoyed it. So I think it's, regardless of all the challenges that have been happening, I think we can safely say that people have actually, once they've got it in and past that, they've actually started to enjoy it, which I think's that's the important thing. And just talking to people in chat as well, right? People are still struggling to get in, which is it's a shame, right? Because it's such a good game to experience. And it's, once you do start playing around and you start flying, you do enjoy it. And it's just unfortunate. And obviously, Twitter, social media, Reddit, it's just, it's all pitchforks for the first 24 hours. So,
yes, you might have seen the dear letter that I submitted out to the Twitter sphere, which was, really, I guess it's funny. I actually tweeted something very similar for two other game discords that we've worked on, and it happens time and time again, the same situation, the same response at demo or alpha or early access, whatever it is. I mean, these are kind of issues that can happen at full launch. Hopefully they won't, but it's good to see at least in the Twitch, people seem to be pretty reasonable about some of the challenges they've had. Hopefully, if you had some challenges, you're able to get in and get some game time in, and if not, we'll certainly next weekend when we get the public open access as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you guys in chat? Those of you that can play, I know I've just saw, I see you got Sharkton McJames. That is an amazing name. Is Sharkton really your first name? Please tell me it is. Sharkton McJames, haven't really gotten much time to play at all on the PlayStation, unfortunately. I will. I hope you do soon, dude. Geordie Opposum. You were in the stream on Friday, dude. Welcome back. How is the FPS when there are a lot of enemies and other huge things? I get dips below 30. And that's actually from Woodsman. Sorry, Woodsman 1990. What graphics card are you using, dude? So I'm running a 1080 Ti, and I know that's a bit of a beastly card, but I'm getting perfect frame rate. And it seems to be it's limited to my screen, which is obviously only 60 hertz. I haven't gone to a 144 yet. What have we got? Appems. What I'm happy with, though, even though all the troubles, as it's the weekend, gives us a chance to find the bugs and fix them, unlike how they did with Fallout 76. Good outlook, Appems. Good outlook, my friend. Yeah, it's definitely not a Fallout 76 launch. At least you could get into that game, but you just couldn't play it. Yoink. Anyone have a VIP down? Nope, sorry, dude, no codes. Jimmer31. Jimmer351, loving it. Just need random boot out of missions and lose your gear. Oh yeah, that's annoying. That sucks a little bit. Are you on Xbox or console? So I'm not having that on PC.
Yeah, I think that's been happening quite a bit. But I think some people have managed to. It doesn't work all the time, by the way. But yeah, if you quit out and then you obviously rejoin and you hit the option to continue that last session, when you go back into it, you then get the loot from that round.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you
again,
have to complete.
Some people have said that didn't work for them. So
Yeah, what I found is you have to at least get to the end mission and then the loading screen. If as long as you get to that loading screen, whether you hang at the 95% mark or not, you get the loot. And then what else we got? We got Scout 69. Playing since I got in, about 20 hours. Love it. 20 hours in already. Dude, go get some sleep. Have some food.
No. Play more.
Play more. I need more.
Remember, was it your progress goes to the open demo?
Duff's 1984. Loved it. Managed to get a mostly solid 9 hours of the game time on PS4 yesterday. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Well done. Pete TT, I love the blueprints being tied to challenges. That's actually really a good point. I don't know if you've had a chance to experience that, Gaz, but the blueprints to do crafting is completely based around your usage of that weapon type.
Yeah, so I was aware of that, but is that going to stay? I wasn't sure if that was going to be consistent across launch though. I wonder.
I hope so, because I like that. It means that you have to literally go balls deep into a weapon type to be able to progressively move forward, and that's just for crafting, right? That doesn't inhibit your ability to get that weapon type as a drop, but to be able to craft, that's really cool. I like that feature a lot.
Yeah, it's been some insights. One thing I didn't realize only until today when Ben tweeted is that you will find that XP, you're not getting any of those for any kill. All of your XP, of course, is accumulating based on the objectives you complete. Yeah. So if you're curious about grinding quickly and getting that XP so you can get up to 15, don't waste your time on the mobs. Just get your objectives done.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you're in free play, running around killing grabbits will not power level you.
And I can confirm that because I was playing with 2 people yesterday and noticed the same thing. They were running around shooting things, and I'm like, guys, we've got to get the thing and put it in the thing with the thing. You know, objectives, please.
Yeah.
But, brilliant. Anyway, that was one. What else was there? So we're getting that additional vinyl, aren't we? So in regards to some of these technical issues that we've just been talking about, BioWare have dropped the announcement that an additional vinyl will be coming. Did you get a look into that vinyl, Binary?
Yeah, I can actually pull that vinyl up. Where is it? So
yeah,
Jesse.
It's from Jesse retweeted it. It was originally from the blog from the online director for Anthem.
Oh, my window's not going to cut it. Let's quickly sort that.
Oh.
Put a new window up. There we go. There we go.
Did you see that last week? I was watching a stream a few weeks ago, and one of the dudes had a window open and it played the music to Pornhub.
No way.
And he hears the music. Not that I know the music. I don't know what the music sounds like. I have no idea. And he hears the music, and the dude's face just freezes because he seriously thinks something's going down. And it was just gold.
No, I missed that. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, and it's becoming a bit of a thing now, I think, where people try and donate the Pornhub theme.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. That's so good.
Just to freak him out. Actually, I probably shouldn't have said that, by the way.
Waved Panda. I love the gameplay. I love the game. Played everything and can't stop playing. The randomization of the world events in free play is pretty amazing. Yeah, I have to agree. Actually, running around. We've only got 2 areas in the demo, right? But the public or the world events is actually really good, well deployed out. No group HUD in the demo. Yeah, no, I didn't have the group HUD either. When I was at the capture event for EA, there was the group HUD on the left-hand side, so you could see at least like where your team members were. That's not in the demo. So
that was surprising because that was in the stream with Ben. When was that?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago. So I was. But to be fair, the demo build we play. I mean, we've been speaking to Steve and a few of the other guys, as we know. They've been working on this demo for well north of 5 months. This is not just a vertical slice. This is not just, and you can tell because when you walk around Tarsus, it says this content is not available in the demo.
Yeah.
So I think people, when they make these bygone comments and technical blah blah, I think that they fail to understand that this is completely built for purpose. It's just a shame they've had those technical issues because hopefully they'll see more of it from the open demo. Do you think these javelins here are these? This is what we're going to get. So this is sort of like, I guess, the gesture as a sport. I'm surprised. I didn't see negativity to it, but I'm surprised I didn't see people go, "Oh, where's my?" Because I'm seeing people go, "Where's my extra days?" or "Where's my pre-order money that I paid for this?" And you're like, oh, "Really?"
Yeah. There's a couple of things. So obviously, being Anthem Universe, we definitely got our inbox, our DM inbox, got absolutely hammered. Like it got fisted. And we were trying to. I actually even delete. I don't usually delete tweets, but I did actually put a tweet up after our stream on Friday. And it got so hammered that I actually deleted it because it was clearly an appropriate time to put a tweet up about how good a stream was when people weren't actually getting in. So I apologise to anyone if I so of course offense, but I deleted the tweet afterwards.
You're not lying. I did the same thing, man. There was you might not have remembered it, but there was a tweet 6 hours before demo launch, and it was a video of a 10-second loop of the Anthem main menu. And I said something like, I said something like, just chilling here, waiting for some game called Anthem. Anyway, it did quite well, but I realized someone liked it like yesterday, and it started to get lots of attention. I'm like, oh shit, people think it was something like me making fun of the loading screen. So I deleted it because I was like, this looks terrible. This is not. That was just a bit of fun I had 6 hours before the launch.
That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway.
I did take that tweet down purely because it wasn't meant to ill taste or anything of it. But obviously people took it as, oh, these streamers have they get all this time in game and we're not. Which so I was like, right, I'll back away from that tweet. There we go. But people have been they've been absolutely hammering our DMs and I've definitely been responding, trying to help out as much as possible. But so obviously do keep tweets coming into us, but obviously do bear in mind we're not an official Twitter account. We're a community-led Twitter account, so we're only regurgitating words that the development team, the community managers, are already putting out. So do make sure that you do follow the correct Twitter accounts. Okay,
Speak for yourself. I write some great stuff.
I was having a GIF war with one guy in DMs today, which was quite funny. That was pretty good. But I can only imagine the amount of frustration, the amount of pain that the guys at BioWare were going through. Like they were all in the office over the weekend. We're talking to some of the devs. They were all in the office, so it's completely unknown. And what was interesting was they can test. And they can put server capacity in place, they can test everything, but you can never test what the go live of an actual game is like until it's actually live in the network. And it's really hard to replicate that at scale. So that was a lot of the challenges.
Authentication and connection to all the layers through the console platforms as well. And the other thing in those, it sounds silly, but people had forgotten. A lot of people have forgotten to connect their EA account to their profile or to their console platform. Really simple thing to do. But to be fair, EA is adding an extra layer of complication to that conversation. Like, you know what I mean? Like
it is a little bit, yeah.
It's annoying that they don't know how to do this, but it's also annoying on the same time that really, I mean, they are doing it themselves here by having this separate platform. So it is what it is.
No, absolutely. What else is in chat? Oh, Thailander. Hello, dude. How are you? Hope you're well, sir.
Here he is.
Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Any other questions in chat?
There was one there from
Appams.
What did it say? Any confirmed info about next weekend? Can you try other javelins, or just what you unlocked this weekend?
I don't actually know whether the demo gets reset. Is the demo reset for us?
As far as we know, no. It won't reset. You'd be starting a separate character, or continuing with the two you've got.
Oh, okay. So we can't start a new pilot. It's a good question. We should find out.
Wait to hear more. I mean, at this point, the answer's been no, because the continuity continues from the continuity.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Of course.
Tautology. The continuity continues from VIP to public. So, but obviously, follow Ben. Ben Irving's been very active, particularly in the demo period, of course, as is Mike Gamble. But they've been pretty busy, to be fair.
Okay, fine. What else we got? Yeah, hey Tyler, exactly. Pete, demos do not reset progression currents from VP to open demo. Okay, so we got to. Okay, so you have to save data to start again. Delete save data. Oh, really? It's not saved to the servers. You have to. Is that your local app directory to be able to do that? Is it? Vatican. They must extend the demo for 1 day to let people appreciate it, not talk about first hour problems. Yeah, VTech. I completely agree. It would be amazing if they could do an extra day.
I agree in principle. Yeah, I'm not
whether
sure
they have the ability or the support, given that everything else they got to do, it would be nice. But obviously, we do have a full free weekend next week, so we can only but try. So I guess probably want to move on and put that in the past, right? Because we got to play some game time.
I've got a gripe binary. I'd like to talk about the Tarsus running, please. I mean, the Tarsus crawling, please. It's very frustrating. I'm taking a lot of time to get through Tarsus, and I must have my pace. I must have speed. Tarsus. I'm not happy.
I'm actually going to say that's a little bit of a gripe of mine, actually. The ability that I can't run in Tarsus is doing my head in.
It's all good because it is disabled. Running is actually disabled in Tarsus at the moment. Dara confirmed that earlier today.
Yeah.
So there will be running.
Yeah. Running would be nice because it's a snail's pace walking through. But it's nice. You get to absorb Tarsus.
That's true.
You get to absorb.
That's true. And there is much to enjoy. The reasoning he gave was relating to texture streaming. So in particular, it might be because of the textures they're using in Tarsus. They're trying to prevent problems. Maybe there's some issues or some bugs they don't want to have come up if you're bursting through Tarsus at high pace. For example, screen tearing or worse, perhaps crashes, etc. if it hasn't been optimized. So I suspect they've disabled it for that reason. That's what I think. But.
Okay, that sort of makes sense. That sort of makes sense.
But yeah, so a lot of people making noise about that. But yeah, it's all good. You'll be able to run in the final game.
Good. How many hours of the demo have we actually got left before turn off? What time is it?
Well, it should be another technically 12. Should be another 13 to 14 hours, I thought.
Okay.
And that's only based off. Originally, I thought it would end sooner than that, but I saw a tweet from EA Australia, of all places, who mentioned it was going to be ending at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern on Monday. That's Australian time. So, to me, if that's true, you're looking at about 10 to 12 hours.
Okay, so you're looking about 10, 11 p.m. GMT then, aren't you?
Yeah, but if you go straight for 48 hours from the commencement, you'd be talking 6 hours.
Yeah,
6 hours from now that it would be offline. So anywhere from 6 to 12, take your pick.
Take your pick. Well, at least just get your time in. Get your time in. Right. Everybody in chat, what's been your favourite moment so far? Is it the customization of the javelins? How much people enjoyed that? Because I seriously enjoyed doing that. The Matthias campaign, because that guy's triple threat.
Everyone loves that.
What's it been? The open world? Has it been the stronghold? What does everyone think of the Tyrant Queen now that you've actually been able to get in there and do it after watching gameplay for the last 2 years of that particular stronghold? For me, I think the actual gameplay, so gunplay has been quite a lot of fun. Being a fan of obviously Mass Effect and that series, the gunplay does feel very similar. I will admit, even though I've had a lot of hours previously, just getting a head around the combat of being able to fly around and use your abilities and fire a weapon at the same time is probably my that's still probably my sharpest learning curve. It's
certainly the one draw card that I think, to be fair, both of us, when we started this thing off in, was it June 2017, we went, holy crap, this is what everything I want out of Division and even more, and I can fly. And it's funny because when we spoke with BioWare back in October over in Vancouver, they kind of all said the same thing, that the flying mechanism was developed very early on. Like it was always a very much a priority for how it functioned. The game was built around the fight, and you can feel it. It's so nuanced, and it's such a smooth experience to fly around with the javelin. I think that was always a selling point for it. But the interesting point, I think we talked about this last time, but originally the whole I guess mentality of it was that you were meant to be grounded during action originally. So their whole philosophy was that you fly through the game, but in action, if you approach or encounter enemies, you are then grounded to prevent some of the challenges that they were having with the game environment. So thank God they did not do that. Because the flexibility and fun that you can have and strategy that you can employ just through hovering in a certain position above an enemy, and then getting the hell out of dodge if you have to, it's good fun.
Yeah. No, it's good.
How's there you go.
Go on, go. I was
gonna say, how's the feel for you on PC? So we're both playing on PC, and I observed in our original play testing way back when that the PC controls were always a bit of a challenge for the flight. The shooting was quite nice. The zeroing in on target was quite potent. It felt good, but the flight mechanic was always a challenge. And I sat down now after they've done some revisions, and I think it's better. But I just can't get a hold or control of flight mechanics with the keyboard and the mouse, and I keep plugging back old Xbox One Elite. Like I just keep going back to the Xbox controller. So what have you been doing since you've started?
So that's interesting, right? So I have not plugged a controller in once.
Really?
No. Because obviously, when we were in Vancouver, right? I was playing on controller and you tried keyboard, and I really liked how it feels. Like, but I know Pete, he's also in chat right now. He was using controller. When I was at the capture event, a lot of people were using controller, but I've actually stuck it out with keyboard and mouse, and I'm fine with it. Actually, I'm actually okay. The only time that I'm having trouble with keyboard and mouse is actually just the mouse control when you go underwater. So there's definitely a different mechanic happening. It's definitely not as tight as when you're flying above. But no, I've actually really enjoyed it. I have changed around some key bindings. Like melee being a V, like it's just not practical at all. So like melee, I've changed to a button on my mouse. Same as being able to hover in midair, like C, and also my super I've changed from X. I've changed that to a T.
That works.
But actually, it sort of follows more my Division and Destiny key mapping because it's what I know. It's my muscle memory. But no, I've actually enjoyed it. I'm liking the layout. I'm liking using keyboard and mouse.
You quite surprised me. I thought we'd be the opposite. I thought you'd be more centric to the controller.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've got my Elite controller here, and it's just not plugged in.
But so I might give PC a little bit more of a crack. Now there was a tweet from Ben Irving, which is actually quite useful, by the way. He mentioned that, what does he suggest? Here we go. He suggested to turn everything up to 80%. So in terms of flight and underwater, turn everything up to 80% in terms of the sensitivity, and you'll find that you get less. And I think that'll work. I think that'll work quite well from what I've felt in terms of the mouse movements. I'm not sure if that's going to be a perfect fix, but it certainly means that you don't have the give. Because right now there's a lot of, by the default settings at least, there's a lot of give in the mouse with the flight. Too much, so that you have to literally, you move a certain amount that is probably too much. I think it's too much, and then if you just go over the cliff a little bit with the movement, just slightly too much, then the whole thing just doesn't. So yeah, there's something that needs there, balancing, fine tuning.
There's like a bit of dead space, isn't there? That then all of a sudden it's just like, phew, and then it just completely takes out.
Yeah. And to be fair, every time we've seen gameplay. Every time we've looked at pictures from the dev environment and streams, they're usually playing on a PC with an Xbox controller. That's not to say they're all doing that, of course. I know that Steve, who we've spoken to, Steve Anderson, he's played on PlayStation 4. We know Mark Gamble's been playing on PS4. So obviously they are comfortable with those mechanics, with those controllers. But yeah, with PC for me, I'm still curious. There's been continuous iterative updates to this control mechanism since we first played it way back in 2017 and mid 2017. And they keep saying we've refined it, we've fine tuned it, we've done that. But I'm still not feeling the love, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing for me because the controller just feels so good that I can tell they've spent that time on it. But for someone who traditionally loves the snap to accuracy of a mouse, we'll wait and see, because that's something that I played Division, for example, on all three platforms, and you just can't deny the glory of the accuracy with a mouse.
No, absolutely. So what we've got in chat. So I love the open world events, and they're really fun. Went again an Ur6 and a Titan. I haven't seen an Ur6 in the demo yet, so hopefully I'll get to see that today. What else do we got? We got Anna, Lirith, Sumner, Errol, and Matthias. Yeah, absolutely. That storyline is a really good storyline. Like, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
What else? Doing the last mission with friends, and suddenly there's 3 Titans in the room. Yes, that I was not expecting, and that was actually a pretty brutal. I was in a mission with just 2 of us at that point. Yeah, that was pretty tough to get through. That was good. I like that. Oggy D88 is the game's amazing. Well done. Deadpool Pandas. Hey, dude. How are you? Hope you're still in chat. Vatican, player P. Only downside is the matchmaking public for strongholds sooner, wait a little longer, and have a group in 4 rather than sometimes 1 or 2. Yeah, the matchmaking. I thought the matchmaking was working pretty well actually, but I think it does loads you in as quick as possible, right? Deadpool Pandas, the Interceptor is too OP. the Interceptor is pretty strong. Yeah. Swimming on PC is flying.
Interceptor has been scaled back since this as well. Yeah, they've pulled him back a little bit since this version of the game. But I still agree. And that's why I enjoy it. Although I was very squishy, if you remember when we played, you were rescuing me a lot in your Colossus, if I remember.
Yeah, I think they've swapped them around, right? Because Colossus is definitely not as tanky as it used to be. Whereas
really?
Yeah, he's nowhere near. But that's maybe low leveled, because once I started to get some blues and put greens and blues in there and the shield stuff, I was starting to get a lot more tanky.
That's true, and we know that there are certain elements balancing economy and a few other things in the demo that are certainly not true to the final launch, and certainly not true to what is going to be the final vision for the game. So I think that's a good point to keep in mind. But yeah, well said.
What else? Got Shinobi. Hey bud, how are you? Welcome to stream. It's good to see you again. Mad Habla. I suppose this was there. Preacher of Valor. Call me greedy, but we need an extension to this VIP demo. Yeah, people are asking for it. Whether they're able to do it or not is completely another question. A Preacher.
If it's in schedule, I think that's the thing. They've got a schedule. They've got things set up. They've got a strategy and a plan to attack, and they need to when that server goes down. When they take the servers offline, obviously they've got elements to look at. They've got data, significant data. So it's going to be absolutely critical, and that they might be spending these few days taking that data away, and obviously then focusing. If they have to extend it for another day, that I don't know. If I'd rather them potentially, as much as that sounds selfish in that way, but I think I'd rather them go and take their learnings and focus on that stuff as opposed to dealing with a whole nother series of tweets for another day of people who can't play the demo.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not the answer we all want to hear, of course, because we've pre-ordered, we're VIPs, or we've been shared codes, or etc., and we just want to game on. And it's the passion, the love that stands out.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm just showing up Twitter. I'm just from the Twitter. We got people who are responding. We got some tweets like "Can't wait till the 22nd," which is great. Love it, but actually hate having slow RP walk around the city. Yeah, that's the Tarsus crawl. That's the Tarsus shuffle. That is, yeah. Loved it. I mean, I can't wait for the game story. Intriguing to love Matthias. He's so funny, and so there's a lot of love for Matthias there. Yeah, he's a good character. showing people how to do the triple threat puzzle. Yeah, that's cool. I like that as part of the first mission. There's the fact that there was a challenge. There was not a challenging puzzle, but it gave people were stumped, right? I don't think they were expecting there to be that much of a puzzle already. Which is, I think, what was quite funny.
Do you remember that puzzle? I swear when we did it, we were just trolling each other, like intentionally picking the wrong symbol.
Yeah. Well, no, we played. It was a different puzzle we played, right? It was the one with the turning things rather than the big.
That's right. It was in a. That's right. That's when we first saw the monitor. Remember? And we're like, "Oh shit, the monitor! What an awesome boss!" And we couldn't talk about him for 4 months.
Yeah. Customization. The fact that I felt like a god. So much freedom and fluidity, knowing that this all dropped down, lightning skies, a barrage of missiles that look like a badass at the same time. Oh yeah, King Z, this guy's been putting up quite a few tweets on different customizations. He's been doing pretty well actually.
There's been. What are your thoughts on? I mean, there's people that have pumped 12 hours into customization. Sorry. We need to use the right terminology here, guys. Personalization of their javelins.
Personalization.
13 hours.
There has been a lot of personalization. Like you just have to go through sort of the feed, and you can literally see how much customization there's been. There's been a lot, and I think it's good. I like it. I like the fact that there's so much customization. I like the fact that people are spending time being able to do and create their own personal looks. I think it's really important, especially when you're not a javelin, right? You're the pilot behind the javelin. So the javelin it's like your car. It's like it's great. I think being able to do that, and now they've added the launch bay, right? So that you can actually see other people. I think that's a touch.
And that was like the thing. I think that was one thing everyone said, in gameplay testing and everything. Like, where do we see each other? And I think the answer was a very blunt. Well, there is no, space or environment that you're thinking of, and everyone kept referring to Destiny. So I think this is not going to be obviously to that extent, but it's a nice compromise for you to see and to hang around something. And it makes me think of, remember the end of Mass Effect 3, where you're chilling out in your locale. And I think that's what I'm suspecting they're harnessing. So we don't know. We weren't see that in the demo. And that was not in previous gameplay that we've looked at. That's very new. I suspect probably a couple of months old at most, if not less. That feature is. So I suspect it's something they wanted to do because people have been asking for it, but it's great they responded.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What else we got? Mad Haber. I don't even know what that puzzle is about yet. Oh, sorry, dude. We're not going to spoil it for you then. Just make sure you look around for the code. The code is there.
Or just troll and just pick random things and see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
Your team will love you.
What else we got? We got Kindle Cat. Welcome to stream, Kindle Cat. Just posted my best and worst moments. Oh, you on the tweet? Oh, okay. We'll have a look and make sure. I'll make sure we pick that up another time. Geordie Austin does put log into. So people are still obviously having challenges or trying to still share friend codes, which is great. People are they're still trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, if you're not, some people are still having troubles sharing them. They're actually coming up. So if you're not, just make sure you clear your cache or go to incognito mode in Chrome, and it'll pop up. But that's been happening a lot with people. They'll log in to access their 3 additional codes, and it's just a blank screen. There's something wrong with cache. So if you'd accessed the site before, which possibly you had, and they fixed the issue since, it's sort of stored in cache. So clear your cache, go incognito, get those URLs out to your mates, and get into Anthem before it runs out.
Well, I hope you got a decent internet connection because it is like 30 odd gig download. So
yeah, it's a good point.
You don't have too much time to download.
Thoughts on Apen's question there a moment ago where he said, will there be type chat in game like Destiny? And we do know that's actually confirmed. There is no chat in Anthem, and it's not likely to happen anytime soon. You might remember that there was about it's about there's new requirements or laws around in-game communications that require certain protocols and assistance tools for people with disabilities and otherwise. And the amount of rings you have to run through and the setup you have to do in order to get it happening to appease to those requirements is very high. So they're looking at it, but BioWare have clearly said that won't be happening probably anytime soon. Maybe post-launch, we'll see. I'm a fan of that, but I also remember, if you remember Binary in Division, I remember the chat just became a spam room for Chinese spam bots.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Everyone used to turn off chat anyway because it was just spam stuff.
Yeah. Come and look at my webcam.
What's that?
There's spam, like a lot of spam bots are brought to like porn webcam sites.
Nice.
Kindle Cat Interceptor is OP for boss ad clearing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Robic. I could do with in-game chat, to be honest. Yeah, I think people are missing the fact there isn't in-game chat. People are missing that. What else have we got? What other topics? Does anyone else would like to discuss? I'm quite liking the weapons. I think there's a sniper that everyone seems to be enjoying, which has got the explosive rounds. I haven't got that yet, which is a little bit annoying. I'd like to do that. But yeah, I haven't seen anything else come through on that.
It's good to see just people. There's a comment. I can't remember the YouTuber now. It's quite a prominent YouTuber, streamer, and he said something like he finds it very polarizing. His community is very polarized over the matter. So he's got half of the community sort of, lampooning the technical issues, etc. And I'm not going to buy this, yada yada yada. And then he's got the other half being vitriolic to that other half in excessive defense. And I think it's an interesting point. He kind of raises that people are jumping to defense aggressively almost because of what they've seen and learned and BioWare's being so transparent and open. And I think that's kind of true. I think we all kind of jump in those conversations to get, and people sometimes get a little too defensive, I think, because we get to see the full game. And to be fair, there is those issues that they're having. Hopefully, as I said, we're not going to see those with the open public version next week. But I just find that interesting. It was an interesting comment. There's that division of vitriol. So hopefully we'll see that calm down a little bit over the coming days.
Yeah, hopefully so. What improvements would you guys like to see to the game? Is there any changes, guys in chat? Are there any changes that you would like to see based on what you've played already? Are there anything that you think could be improved on? I think for me, it's just it's just tightening up of controls. I think really more than anything, I quite like. I'd like to be able to. Apart from that, I think that's the only thing that is the thing for me. I wouldn't mind is something they have in the Division, like a shooting range. They got a shooting range in the Division where you can sort of test out your weapons and stuff. So you can check out damage on different things. That would be pretty cool to have that, since it's such a build centric, and you sort of have to go, because you have to obviously load into the game, into the mission every time to be able to do something. Being able to do something from Tarsus or the Forge, just like a shooting gallery from the Forge based on different weapons, would be pretty cool. What do we got? Wave found a faster movement in Tarsus. Yeah, everyone said faster movement in Tarsus is the thing to do. Everyone has said that's what they like. They turned off running, improvements. I like to see parties' health pools and status effects. Yeah, so there is a group HUD that will appear on the left-hand side of the screen, but it's not in the demo for some reason.
It'll be back. It's not reason a lot of improvements since the demo is made. Yeah, there's still 6 weeks less bug fixes in this demo. So there's a lot that's been rectified already. And I remember, if you remember Binary, a lot of the feedback that we'd given almost all of it, either they'd already known about, or they're working on it, or addressing things. So, rest assured, if you're having difficulties or challenges, it's and they're prominent to you, it's more than likely, in fact, it's damn likely that BioWare and the team already aware of it and are working on ways to minimize the pain. Because it's come a long way, baby.
Oh, a long way.
Yeah. Look, I might have to wrap it on that one. Do you want to go on to some gameplay stream or beyond, or what do you want to do?
So I'm probably coming on in the next. I'll be back on in the next 30 minutes. I just need to give the computer a reboot and sort my sound settings out, and then I'll be back in 30 minutes, and then we'll do some game streaming.
Yeah, I'll jump on. I'll be quiet, but I'll jump on.
Yeah, cool. And then I'll get the team together, and we'll go and do some live streaming and do some strongholds. Get Gaz through the story missions, and we'll be back in about 30 minutes.
It'll be good to see the localization and how that works.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. You're all the way in Australia. I'm in the UK, so let's see how that plays out. Hopefully, not too much elastic banding.
Good stuff. And of course, all the socials. Where can they find us?
Yeah. So look, I'm going to drop Discord into chat right now, so that's there for you. On the socials, on the Twitter, you can find us at Anthem Universe. Come into our Discord. We've also got a website, anthemuniverse.com. Which has a load of information on there as well, such like a dev tracker and stuff like that. And as always, it's absolutely lovely to see some familiar faces in chat. It's lovely to see some familiar faces from Discord. It's lovely to see new faces as well. So,
and faces that are actually playing the game too.
And people that are actually playing the game. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Exciting. Yeah. It's great to see. So we're up at there, Javelins, freelancers. We will see you next.
Over the wall.